Means from Healthcare IT News at HIMSS10, and this is the ClientTell booth, and today we're going to be looking at ClientTell, which is a patient reminder notification software for practices and hospitals. Why don't you tell me a little bit about ClientTell and about what the software does for patient care and how providers can benefit from it?
Absolutely. What ClientTell is an appointment reminder service, and what we do is call and remind patients of their appointments, or we may call them to let them know that it's time to come in for an annual procedure, or a flu shot, or whatever type of patient communication we need to do. We're that link for the doctor's office or hospital to get that information back to the patient so that they know what they need to do, whether it's coming in for an appointment or they need to schedule an appointment. Now, we can do this one of three ways. We can call you to remind you of your appointment or give you this information, or we can text you, or we can email you, or we can do a combination of all three. And what this does, Chip, is this saves a tremendous amount of time on their behalf. Now, instead of a hospital or doctor's practice having to use their own staff to make these telephone calls, we can do them for about a tenth of what it costs them to do them. Plus, we can provide reports back that tells you who we called, what took place on the call, whether it was confirmed, whether it was canceled, whether it was out of order, incomplete. Everything that happens on that call is sent back in a report for that physician's office or hospital. One of the things that we provide is reporting. So each day, as we're making these calls, the actual practice itself can go in real time and see who has answered their phone and what took place on the call. They're going to enter here is what we call our portal or our landing page for the hospital or doctor's office, and then they simply go to probably a current report or a daily schedule, which will bring them to this. As you can see, it will actually tell them the exact time of the appointment, the patient's name, the appointment time, and the phone number, and a color-coded call result. So they're going to know whether, Chip, someone confirmed, whether it was an answer machine, whether it was canceled. So in other words, they know that this particular slot is open. So this is very interactive for them. This is what a hospital or doctor's office doesn't have at this point. If I'm calling as a staff at the front, and I'm calling you, Chip, to remind you of your appointment, if the doctor asks me tomorrow why you didn't show up, I don't have anything to go back to. All I can say is I think I remember calling Chip, and I believe he said he was going to come in. Well, now they have information now that they can pull from to tell them what took place.
Smaller offices will upload their calls right on our website, and a teaching hospital would use an FTP where it's more automated for them. They have thousands of calls a day, and volume is never an issue with us. We have unlimited. So, and we basically take the client to a sign-in area where we give them a demo code, which then takes us to our reports page that you've seen here. Each one of those reports can be broken out to show all of the call results from the night before or the week before, essentially how they do that. And then actually the quick upload window is right down here on the bottom. So what they would essentially do is export their daily schedule, upload just like a photo at home, and once they click that, they get a successful upload confirmation, and now they know we've got their files. And then from here, this is actually the report they will access. 37 calls made, 33 delivered. We break them down by delivered and undelivered, so they'll get the data on both of those types of calls, so that if it's an invalid phone number or something of that sort, they'll have that information to be able to refresh it with the patient when they come in the office, so that they get the data either way. It's selected by date, physician, location. Any mix of that, how they choose that is what that report will reflect after that. So really it's customizable by them on their end, in fact. And then this is a sample of one of those categories broken out. If you broke out answer to confirm, for instance, this would be all of your answer to confirm, it would be your invalid, whichever one you broke out. And then here's a daily schedule. What a daily schedule is printer friendly, color coded so that they'll have their cancellations just really coming out at them. A lot of clinics will print that first thing in the morning and then just hand them out in the office wherever they need to go, so they got a good look at their day so far. And if you remember, these calls were made last night. Typically it's 2 days out, so this gives them another 24 hours to then reschedule for these cancellations.
Is it kind of like an out-of-the-box thing, or is it's not customized for their own practice?
Good question. It's actually an ASP model. So what you're simply doing is sending us a file, and we're going to convert that file at our location. We're going to do all the work behind the scenes. You don't have to do anything. We do it on your behalf. We make the calls, and we just simply send you the report back. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to install any software. You don't have to buy any hardware. You don't have to do anything except send us that report. And it takes about 2 seconds to do that.